Hi, welcome to the Park Moms Podcast. We're your hosts, Haley
and Becca.
This is a place where we laugh and chat about the chaotic bliss of raising young kids.
So whether you're about to take a hot mom walk or start a load of laundry, let's get to yapping.
Let's get to it.
It's Thursday night. It's recording.
Thursday night, which we can't record on. Do you know this about me? About my Thursday night meltdowns?
I didn't realize there was like an associated day, but when you said it, it felt right.
No.
You're like, yeah, it's a Thursday, and I'm like, yes, that checks.
Thursdays are not, my parents will tell you from the time I was so little, because think about it, when you're young, and were you in AP classes? Mm-hmm. Not even that it matters, actually, but all your tests were always on Fridays. I always had sports games on Friday nights, like soccer games that I was playing in. So Thursday night, I always had, my parents called it my Thursday night meltdown, where I was stressed about all the tests that I was studying for. I had all these assignments due on Friday. And now, you'd think that as a mom, that would have gone away because I don't have those things. No. By Thursday night, I feel like I am so just, done. I've just been, going, that there's nothing left in the tank. So Thursday night, I always have a breakdown. I
completely agree about Thursdays. We actually usually do our girls' nights on Thursdays, though. So is that rejuvenating or no?
No, it's rejuvenating. No, this is good. This is actually so rejuvenating for me. But all day today, I was like, how am I going to record a podcast? I want to punch a wall.
It's Thursday. Okay, so that's actually a good question. What is your favorite day of the week then?
Monday. Oh, I love a Monday.
You love a Monday?
I love Mondays.
The thing about me and Haley is we are always on the opposite page about things. I do not like Mondays.
I love Mondays.
Sunday scaries?
No, Sundays are terrible, but I feel like I do so many things to prep on Sunday. By Monday morning, I'm my best self. I'm waking up early. I'm always working out on a Monday.
Go to the gym. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to the gym. I have my groceries all planned for the week. Monday, I am my best self. Thursday, I am my worst self. Monday and Thursday, they don't know each other. Those are two different girls.
Yeah. That's actually amazing though. Most people do not like Mondays, right?
No, I know. Why don't you like them?
I think it's just the start of the work week. And so I actually love a Thursday because it's I know the weekend is right there.
Yeah.
Etching into the
weekend. But that surprises me because you're so type A and you love lists and order. Yeah. And I feel like Monday, everyone's getting back into it. You don't like it?
No, I think my favorite day of the week is probably Sunday, actually. I mean, obviously you get the Sunday scaries when you're getting ready for Monday. So the end of the evening and Sunday is not my favorite, but just I don't know, our Sundays are our best days.
I don't like Sundays. I always feel a little sick on Sundays. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm so exhausted, but and my husband is always Camden's always what, how are you sick? And I think it's because my body is tired.
Yeah,
I always feel just a little sick.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, Sam and I usually get in some sort of tiff on Sundays too, because it's we're oh, dang it, it's over.
Yeah. And
went
too fast. Scaries.
Yeah.
Okay, no, choose a different favorite day. I feel like Sunday's not a good answer. I'm just kidding.
I think actually then, if I had to choose, you're going to hate me Thursdays.
Oh my gosh. We can't be best friends. I'm sorry.
Opposites attract.
Remember the trend
but we're actually twins too.
Yeah, no, it's true. Do you remember the trend where it was does she remind you of a Sunday? I asked my boyfriend, because there was a song where it's you remind me of a Sunday.
Oh, that's cute.
Play it. No, and then they would ask their boyfriend, do I remind you of a Sunday? And they'd be like, no, you're a Monday because you're psycho. Ask Sam, what day of the week do I remind you
Did you ask Camden?
No, I'll ask him and I'll return him a report.
I feel like you feel like a Friday to me. You're fun.
Really?
Yeah. I would give you a Friday.
I think it would depend on who you would ask.
Everything lately on TikTok trends is do you remind me of a color? Have you seen the trend right now of I got my pink back, but it's not the maternity one. It's you allowed me to love pink again. And it's about toxic masculinity or Am I saying that right?
I liked the got my pink back when it came to, no, that one, can we keep the pink for motherhood? I'm sorry. We don't have to take everything, but that one is a motherhood one. The pink back is because of the flamingo.
What's the flamingo? I don't even know this.
Oh, that's why they say getting your pink back. So when flamingos give birth, afterwards, have you ever seen flamingos in the wild?
No.
Or at a zoo?
Well, I've seen them at the zoo.
Okay, have you ever noticed that some of them are really bright pink and some of them are kind of white?
No.
Okay, look up a picture. After they give birth, they turn white because it's they're depleted. Their nutrients are depleted.
Aww.
They gave so much to their babies. You're are you gonna cry?
Gives me the chills. This is so cute.
When they're kind of healing from giving birth, they get their pink. They literally get their pink back. That's why they say, I get my pink back.
That actually does make me want to cry.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were going to cry on the podcast today.
And that is sweet, though. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, that really makes sense. But this
Are you
trend,
getting your pink back?
I'm starting at my pink back, got the rosy cheeks. Actually, I do feel like there's like a 8-month postpartum.
Yeah.
He's almost 8 months glow up of just like you're sleeping through the night.
Yeah.
They're eating real food. And so like they're very entertained by that. They're sitting up. Like they're not crawling and getting into everything yet, but it's just like that chill, really fun.
I love 8 months.
My favorite thing about Jack right now is he has this like gummy smile and it's just like, and it's so sweet. And every time he sees me, he's just like doing it. And I'm like, I feel so bonded to him. Like it's such a cool thing having a newborn. Like they're so reliant on you and you're just like, oh, you're my baby. Like, oh, it's just really fun.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry.
Okay,
no,
well,
8 months is fun. 8 months is really fun.
Today. Do you have any life updates?
Honestly, 0 life updates. I feel my only life update, and are we going to talk about this, daylight savings?
Yes, but I was thinking we could talk about it. I actually feel positively about it, but tell me your experience.
This is so funny because I feel like sometimes you're the negative one and I'm the positive one, and today you're the positive one and I hate everything. I hate everyone. I'm pissed off.
Isn't that the story of life, though?
So it's good. We're the yin and yang. Life updates, like 0 life updates. We went to Vegas without kids.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
To sleep in a hotel without kids is such a luxury. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was really fun. Did I talk about it on the podcast already? I don't think
you said you were going to go, but you didn't say, like, how it was.
It was really
Was it
nice.
warm?
It was a little warm. We laid out by the pool one day. We didn't, like, get in the water, but it was warm enough to, like, lay in the sun. I am, like, not really a fan of Vegas.
No.
Like, it's just kind of...
There's some cool things about Vegas.
I kept looking around, and I was like, this is where people are choosing to, like, vacation. Like, we went to an Eagles concert, which was in the Sphere. It was so fun. Such a cool experience. But other than that, I did gamble.
Oh, that's exciting.
I just, like, pressed... I didn't, like, actually do any of the tables because I was too scared. But I did gamble.
Smoke
and
gets me, too.
Yeah. Well, we were in a non-smoking casino.
Oh, nice.
Which was... I prefer that. Not that I've ever been in a smoking casino, but I lost money.
Oh, how much?
$50.
Still.
My brother lost like $600 and I was over here shook.
$50 could get you a new picture.
Yeah, my $50 can get me a lot. I can stretch $50.
Do you want to know something funny today? This is so pointless. I don't even know why I'm sharing this.
Please do.
My mom DoorDashed us some meal because we haven't been feeling that good this week. And I saw the bill and guess how much it was?
What food was it? And I can guess.
Kitchen 88 for the whole family.
$55.
$100.
I can't.
DoorDash
with food.
Really like ups the ante, but I was like, it's so funny. Like she is like $100. I'll get you a meal. I'm like, how nice is that? That's first off, and then I'm also like, how is it that expensive to feed one family?
No,
$100.
it is actually crazy. I feel like we went to Mo Betta's the other day, and I was just like, we can't go out again until next month.
No, you can't. And like, do you remember when you'd give someone a DoorDash gift card and felt like $25 was enough?
No. I
feel like $50
that
minimum.
You would drink.
$75.
The last time we haven't done DoorDash in so long because the last time we did DoorDash it was for a boba drink, and we ordered 2 boba drinks. I think I was pregnant. I was really craving it, and we're not next to a boba place, so I was like, I'll just DoorDash it. Like the kids were asleep. It shows up. There was no boba in it, and apparently I ordered it wrong. It was called like a boba drink, but you still had to add it.
But they didn't have like the little beads in it.
No, it was just like a slushie that we spent $30 on. So ever since then, I've been bitter against DoorDash, and we haven't done it.
We'll do it here and there. We have some Thai food. We'll DoorDash frequently, and then I'll always DoorDash. This is a guilty pleasure of mine, a Chili's molten lava cake.
Ooh.
When I'm really feeling feisty.
That is a good time. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Don't tempt me with a time. Okay. Any other life updates?
No, honestly, just trying to get through this time of year. I feel like I was so positive about getting through the winter.
Yep.
I really romanticized winter. Now it is the middle of March. I'm done.
I'm done. You said daylight savings. Tell me what's going on with that.
Oh, daylight savings has been very hard in our family because my kids are staying up super late, which we like. I love being with my kids during the day, but my highlight of my day is getting into bed with my Serenoni blanket and a treat and watching a show with my husband. Like that is the highlight of my day, and we haven't been able to do that because our kids, we're putting them to bed at like 8:30. They usually go to bed at 7:30, but they're not tired at 7:30. They absolutely will not go to sleep. Like we tried.
Do they say like, it's still light outside?
They don't say that, but they're just like not tired. Yeah. They're like running around and it's just, unless we like gave them melatonin, which we don't really do, We like do it on vacation sometimes. I don't know. That's a whole other podcast episode. But where was I going with that? Oh, they're going to bed at like 8:30, and then they do the stalling. Do your kids do that?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, I'm tired, or I
need a drink.
I need a drink. My
Gotta
tummy
go pee.
hurts. I gotta go to the bathroom. My daughter's newest one is she'll go to bed for 2 minutes, come out, and she'll be like, I had a bad dream. And I'm like, that's called anxiety. That wasn't a bad dream. That was a bad thought because you didn't go to sleep yet. Yeah. So anyways, they're not asleep till like 9:30. And then we're cleaning up the house from the day. And then I feel like we're not in bed until 10. And then I'm like, I'm too tired to even watch a show.
At this point, you're like, it's bedtime.
You're like, it's bedtime. I need to go to bed. So anyways, daylight savings has just been hard. Like, when you get through a hard day as a mom, like yesterday wasn't a hard day, but I went skiing all day. I took the day off, went skiing with my mom all day.
Really fun.
It was really fun, but it was exhausting. We were like hiking, skiing all day. And then I went to Burton, our workout class.
Oh my gosh.
Because Camden
no wonder you're
wanted
tired
to go
on Thursdays.
I know. And then so like I was so excited to get into bed, right? Yeah. I get into bed, Graham screaming, will not go to sleep. And I'm just like, I had just fallen asleep. I'm like, it's hard when you get to the end of a hard day with kids. Like today, for example, was a really hard day.
It feels like it's over.
I feel like I made it, and then it's like, never mind. Actually, you're probably going to be up all night with kids throwing up.
That is exactly the epitome of being a mom, though, huh? It's like you like feel like it's always when you're on the up and up. You'll be like having a few good weeks, and you're like, okay, everything's good. Yeah. Stomach bug comes and hits you.
Or it's like it can't get any worse, and then it's like
then it just piles on. But at that point, you're like, whatever, it's already terrible.
I saw a video the other day. It was like being a mom is when you have nothing else left to give, and somehow you figure out what to give.
It's a sacrifice. It does make you appreciate your parents a lot more, though, huh?
It does, but
damn. Okay, I actually have a funny thing that I want to talk about. Okay. Since we were talking about sicknesses, I was watching this hilarious TikTok. I sent it to you. I don't know if you watched it, but it's from the Johnson Files. He's like a comedian.
Oh, yeah. He lives here in Utah.
Oh, he does?
I'm pretty sure.
I always get him and Trey Kennedy mixed up. They look the same to me for some reason. But anyways, he is doing this thing, and it's like him and his wife talking, and the guy says, oh, so-and-so got sick, and his wife goes, oh, he got sick? How? And she starts like retracing the steps of like, well, how she got sick.
He's like, well, it doesn't matter. And she's like, no, we have to know who did this to us. Right?
Yes. Me and Sam were laughing about it so hard because it's like when you're the one getting sick, of course you're like that. Who got us sick? Like it was, did it happen this? But when you're the one giving it to people, you just feel guilty. You're like, crap.
Well, I guess it's like, I feel like it's any grasp of control that you can have over the situation. At least for me, I'm like, I don't care. Like if my friend gets me sick, I'm like, whatever. But just like knowing makes me feel a little bit of peace because I can, it's like just a little
pinpoint it down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Pinpoint it.
Pinpoint.
Anyways, we were just laughing so hard because it's funny because sometimes we're the people who are like, how did we get sick? Where did it come from? Sometimes we're like, crap, I think they got it from us.
I know.
It's so hard. It's been such like bad sick season here in Utah. I feel like for some reason this year it's been like incredibly bad. Like it's like back to back sicknesses.
No, it's been terrible.
I don't know if it's school though because do you think it's from school? Because this is our first time our kids have been going to school like 4 days a week.
No, because I feel like even my friends that don't have kids in school yet have all had sicknesses like crazy this year.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been really bad this year. But I do feel like, things are coming around. We've had daylight savings. It's almost the end of March. And so it's like, okay, hopefully we're getting to the end. Okay, I have a funny life update. This is just a funny thing Colson said to me, my little 5-year-old, this week, and it was just too funny not to share. But Sam was saying we should do a whole episode on like funny things kids say. So use this one to inspire you, and we'll do a whole episode. So he's literally sitting on the toilet, deep in thought, and he's still young enough.
Colson or Sam?
This is Colson. He's still young enough that I have to like wipe his bum when he's done going number 2. And so he goes in there and he's like, I'll tell you when I'm done, Mom. And he's like, okay, Mom, I'm done. And I go in there and he goes, Mom. And I go, what? He goes, Dad loves to spank, huh? I'm like, what? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, when you're walking around, he just spanks your butt.
That's so funny.
And so I had to explain to him. I'm like, oh, yeah. Honey, that's just
you're in trouble all the time.
I'm like, yeah, honey, that's just a love tap. He's just being funny, affectionate. And then today he walks by me and hits me on the bum and goes, Mom, yes, Mom, I just gave you a love tap.
Now your 5-year-old spanking you. I can't. That's so funny.
But he's getting old enough now that, like, I'm like, Sam, we gotta have to be, like, careful about that. Like, so he's not, like, spanking people. A love tap. Anyways.
You're gonna get a note home from school, like, Colson's been spanking his classmates.
Another update or life update, or just something I was actually thinking about this week. It was actually on Monday. I was, like, kind of getting to the end of my rope as far as the day was going. Like, we were kind of wrapping the day. Kids were getting in the bath. We finished dinner. And Sam came up from doing something. I think maybe he just finished cooking dinner or something. And he just, like, sits down with the kids and talks to them for, like, 20 minutes, plays this game with them where he's, like, playing bones with them, like hitting bones, and then he, like, falls over because they're so strong. And I just realized, I'm like, and I'm actually so grateful, but I'm like, I am not the fun parent. Like,
no, yeah, I know this feeling.
I am not the fun parent, but I'm like, honestly, like, I was sitting there and I was like, I can appreciate it though. Like, I love that he'll sit there for 25 minutes and just play this game with them, chit chat with them, totally get on their level, and not even getting bored himself. He's just enjoying it. And I'm like, I'm glad there's one.
That's a good outlook to have, because sometimes
parent.
I feel like I'm carrying so much of the mental stress, and I know Camden is too, but I feel like it helps. It's hard for me to enjoy the moment, which is something I've been working on.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to enjoy the moment because there's so much going on up here that I get resentful that, like, he is able to be present. I'm like, well, that's not his fault. Like, if anything, I'm just jealous.
Yeah.
That, like, he can compartmentalize and, like, put all the stress out of his mind and be present with the kids. Like, when I'm with the kids, I feel like I'm cleaning, I'm doing laundry, I'm doing all this stuff. I don't just, like, sit down and enjoy them. And I'll get frustrated with him sometimes because I'm like, you just sat down and watched a movie with the kids while I was gone, if I'm at a girls' night or something.
Yeah.
And, like, all these chores needed to be done. And he's like, well, I wanted to enjoy them.
Yeah.
And I need to be better about that.
It's hard. And I think kids need both, right? Like, yeah. I think, and, like, honestly, it's almost better to, like, what comes naturally to your personality, because, like, I think I'll, like, include my kids in, like, doing the laundry or baking or whatever I'm doing, and, like, they're getting that play time as well. And I'm like, I don't know if I would enjoy sitting down and just, like, I mean, sitting down and watching a movie, yeah, but, like, sitting down and, like, building trains and, like, that's not exactly what I love to do.
Totally.
But I'm glad they have that from both of us. But it was just making me laugh. I'm like, okay, definitely the fun parent. Okay, so getting into this week's episode, all of our episode this week is all about, like, kind of creating your home. And I think jumping into it, be great to first talk about, like, now that spring's coming along, I think we should talk about, like, kind of a spring refresh, spring cleaning. Like, first off, like, what are you doing to, like, jump into spring with your home?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going balls to the walls with spring cleaning.
You always do. Actually, can I preface real quick? If you don't know, Haley is a home decor girly.
Thank you.
Go check out her TikToks. You can see what I mean. But just incredibly talented at styling her home.
That's very nice.
And, like, styling for the season. And every time I walk into her house, something looks more put together, new, and, like, also doing it on a budget. And so I'm like, we have to do this episode and just pick Haley's brain because she's so talented.
I know you wanted to do this episode, and I was, like, kind of nervous because I feel like I'm very, like, not self-proclaimed, because I don't usually tell people, like, oh, but I'm not an actual formally trained interior designer. Yeah. But I do feel like people are always asking me, like, tips and tricks, and it's just something I genuinely love. My mom is an interior designer. Like, so I feel like I've always had a love for it. My parents just, like, love homes, but thank you. That was nice. I will answer any questions.
Thank you. So you're self-taught. How did you teach yourself?
I was the teenager or the kid growing up who I would read PB Teen, Pottery Barn Teen.
Yeah.
Do you remember that magazine? I do. I would read Pottery Barn Teen, and then I would stay up till 2 a.m. redecorating my room. Like, I was just obsessed with it. I've truly always loved it. It's a wonder that I didn't go and become an interior designer, because I've seriously loved it forever. My mom was really good at it. Yeah. And she would go full force, too. Like, my room growing up was a surfer girl room.
Oh, that's cute.
And I had a full on, like, in the corner, she took, like, this big, what are those called that you bring to the beach? Like
a big beach bucket. Ball? No, bucket.
A big beach bucket. She put sand in it, and then, like, somehow glued the sand down, and then it had a straw umbrella, and then I had 2 beach chairs, like, in my room. Oh, wow. But she, like, did it in a way that, like, literally looked like Pottery Barn. So, I don't know. I just saw my mom do such a good job of it and always created such a beautiful home. And it brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah, I love that. And okay, so let's say someone's just getting started, and maybe we can keep the theme around, like, spring refresh, spring cleaning. Like, what would be a couple things you would say, like, or what are you doing? Tips. And, like, what are a couple tips you would suggest?
For spring specifically, or just, like, decorating your home?
Let's do both.
Okay, I would say for decorating your home, the biggest thing that I've learned, because honestly, I used to not be great at this. I really feel like decorating your home is just something you need to practice. And so many of my friends are like, oh, I'm just not good at it. And I'm like, well, have you tried?
Yeah.
Like, have you tried? Like, were you not so surprised when you did your remodel how well you did? And you thought that you weren't going to be good at it, and you were amazing.
Oh, thank you. And I feel like a tactical tip of that is using like Pinterest.
Yes.
And like once you kind of start saving and thinking of the styles you want, then it's like easier for you to visualize how to put things together if that doesn't come naturally to you, which it doesn't for me.
I think people are just so intimidated to decorate their homes because they're scared it's not going to look like how they expect it to. And my biggest tip is just to try things. I think people are so worried about putting a painting on the wall or painting a room a certain color or putting new pillows somewhere. Like, just try things. I have done so much trial and error. Yeah. And truly, I look back at pictures of our first apartment and I'm like, that was so bad. Like, I thought I was slaying it with that. And like, it was terrible. And even I look at my pictures of my current home a year ago and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look great. But you try things. Yeah. And like, don't be scared to put a nail in the wall. Actually, I will say command strips. I'm obsessed with command strips. Yeah. And the reason is I don't always like where I put a piece of art. Yeah. And so I'll use a command strip, put something up for, let's say, 2 months, and then really decide if I like it, and then I will put a nail in the wall. I mean, I guess my tips are different if you're renting a home versus owning a home. Okay. One broad tip that I have, actually, that I would just tell anyone is do a mix of vintage and new in your home. There's nothing that's going to make your home look more just like luxury and lived in and cozy than doing that. Like, you can't go all vintage, right? Like, you could if that's your look, but I feel like certain things, like a couch, for example, you could get a vintage couch, but it's kind of better to just like your soft surfaces in your home. Just because I'm a clean freak, I like to have those new. But artwork, any wood, any like picture frames, any of that kind of stuff is so fun to buy vintage. So like, really try to mix in those things and just do what you love. Like, look at Pinterest, but don't be so obsessed with the trends that you're just like doing what other people like. Like right now, I feel like this Nancy Meyers look is very in style, like kind of coastal grandma. Yeah. Martha Stewart, like that kind of look is very in. But if that's not your style, don't do it. Yeah. Like mid-century, and this is a perfect example. Mid-century modern was never my style. Like, I am truly like, I love vintage, I love florals, I love pattern mixing. But when mid-century modern was really in, I tried to go with that style, and my home never felt like me because I was following the trends. Yeah. So, like, yes, it's fun to do a few things that are trendy, but like, just buy things that feel like you.
Exactly. And I think are meaningful to you. Because I think back to our first home too. We had like not a ton of money. So we had to buy like discounted furniture from Ashley Furniture. We got like a whole package. And like it still felt like home. But now that we've like bought, like taken time to find pieces we love and that like match our style, like I feel like our home has felt more like us. And like I think there's a pressure to like rush into having every corner decorated. Yes. But instead, like find a few things that you actually like love and they're meaningful, or they're just like something that you think is beautiful, and then like take your time versus feeling like it has to all be decorated at once. Like one of my favorite items in my house is our stools. I'm like, it's so random. Which ones? Our bar stools. Like your bar stools, yeah. I love them. I'm like, because I love the walnut color of wood. You have a lot of walnut in here too, I'm noticing. And so I've always loved that color. And then like I had seen these stools for like years. And then finally when we did a remodel, we bought them. I'm like, it's so much more satisfying to buy something that you like thought about and know that you love versus just like, again, doing what's trendy.
Well, and it is like, I think it's totally okay to get dupes, right? Like, I think dupes can be really fun, but at the same time, like, like you said, saving up for that piece of furniture that you know that you're going to love and that it's going to last a long time. And I do think, too, there's, like, a difference between quality and then things that are just expensive. Yeah. Like, a solid wood dining table is quality, and you can get something like that on Facebook Marketplace for $100. Yes. So, like, it's just, you kind of have to, like, figure out what is worth spending money on and then what's worth thrifting, I would say. Yeah. But
I completely agree. And I also think we're all in the phase of life where there's a lot of chaos in our homes and littles. And kids. So you have to also be willing to live in a lived-in house. Like, we have
Yeah.
Sharpie that's forever stained on our couch. Like, our baseboards aren't clean, and like that's okay. Like, that's the phase of life we're in right now. So maybe it doesn't make sense to spend a ton of money on like
to hear that.
a really nice chandelier or something. Like, that's not where we should invest our money and time right now, because like that's not the phase of life we're in.
Yeah,
but
eventually
we can still
you'll be able
make
to
it,
get, you know, like, okay,
A
when
white
we first moved, when we first moved into this house, this couch that we're sitting on we had right here was a cream couch, and it lasted us a year. Because after a year, I had 2 little kids. I said, we absolutely can't do this. I need the darkest couch possible. And then we've had this one, I think, for 2.5 years. Looks great.
Yeah, looks great.
And I kind of just like changed. It wasn't my first choice, but I kind of just changed my decor to make it work. And I do think that you can still, I think, like, what you said is so true. Like, you have little kids, your house has to feel lived in, but don't let that stop you from also having a house and furniture and decor that you love.
Yeah.
Because you can have both. It's a little stressful.
Yeah.
But you can have both. And there is a way to have both.
Okay, so let's say there's a newbie. I think something that's really hard is like accessories. So artwork, styling, like bookcases, rugs. Like, how do you start thinking about like finding those things? Because it's actually quite stressful if you don't have an eye for it.
Well, I think if you're starting with a room, starting with a rug is actually my biggest tip, because the rug sets the tone for the room. And again, I'm not formally trained. These are just my opinions and things that I like tell my friends and things I do myself. But I think if you start a room with a rug, that's so hard to say.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to make things come together. And so if you're moving into a new house, like, is that what you mean? If someone's buying a new house or redecorating?
Just like, redecorating, or just like putting together a room. Because I think like a lot of us live in our house, but there's lots of rooms that aren't finished.
I also love Canva to make little mood boards.
Oh, yeah.
It's free. Lots of websites will actually like have the photo of a rug or a couch or something on a white background. And so it's really easy to create a mood board and just like put it together. So I would say start a room with a rug. Okay.
And then what about artwork? Like, artwork's a really hard one.
Artwork is hard because good artwork is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. It's so different too. Like, large artwork is so hard to find, but I love a big statement piece.
Yeah.
Honestly, thrifting. Like, thrift and be patient. Like you said, a home takes time. And if you want a collected home, that like really takes time. I've been in this house for 3.5 years, and I feel like I'm still looking for pieces. Like today, I bought artwork to go in my kitchen. I'm constantly looking for things. Don't rush into it.
Don't rush into it. I completely agree with that. And then a couple of tips you've actually given me, so I'll share. For artwork, she like recommended like buying prints, like either on Etsy or from like a print shop, Juniper Prints, and then just getting like Target frames. Like these are the Target frames I have in my house too. And you can find a print that you like, but then you can get like the big frames for way less of the price than like something that's already framed. Or you
could thrift frames, and then you could print artwork from Etsy. And so if you want that vintage look.
Yes, that's a great idea. And then another thing you did in your kitchen is you took some vintage artwork and you actually painted it to give it a little more character.
Oh, yeah, I did do that.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I showed my dad the video of me painting it, and I was like, I don't know if it looks better or worse. And he was like, I think it looked better before you painted it. Like, that's so my dad.
I disagree.
But I wanted to see like the brush strokes on it. If you're local to Utah, I will say sources for artwork. Hobby Lobby?
Sources? Oh,
like
sources.
Places to go.
Oh, I thought that was a store.
Like a store. Hobby Lobby, honestly, sounds crazy. Has some good artwork, and sometimes it's 50% off. And even I don't always love the art, but I love the frame that it comes in.
Yeah.
So that's a little tip.
I never had stepped foot into Hobby Lobby until I became friends with Haley, and she showed me the way. Like the fox flowers and
the fox.
Fox? That's right. Oh wait, faux. Huh.
It's faux. The X is silent. We need a compilation of just all the. I'm such a brat because I'm always like, that's not right. That's not right.
It's good though. I need to learn. It's actually one of my like weaknesses in life.
So sorry.
But it's like. And I'm so self-conscious about this. Why are we up? No, I'm just kidding.
We can take that part out.
No, I'm actually not
even. Fox flowers.
I'm actually not even self-conscious about it. It's actually quite funny. But the faux flowers.
The faux flowers.
The faux flowers. And then also their vases are amazing too.
Their vases are like, seriously, an olive, and I'm going to say this wrong, atelier. Olive atelier, if you know what that is. They have like these really beautiful distressed vases that are so expensive. Hobby Lobby has them for like $15, and they look so good.
Yeah.
And their fox flowers are good.
Okay, so that kind of leads me to spring, like, refresh. So, like, I think that's an easy one. Like, going and getting, like, real flowers or fake flowers, getting vases and kind of, like, changing the mood of your home from, like, kind of cozy Christmas, like, pines and greens and stuff like that.
Did you notice I did that in my house? I changed all of my...
Okay, tell me everything you did.
Okay, so this is what I did for spring. Because I don't like to go too crazy seasonal, but I do think spring is such a fun time to refresh. And I always reward myself a little bit. If I'm going to spring clean my house, I'm going to add some pieces as a reward for getting through the spring cleaning, which I kind of did spring cleaning last week. And then this week I'm like, wait, I need to do it again. Like, I cleaned before I organized. And that is one tip I will say, like, don't do what I did. Organize one week. Clean the next week. Because it's going to get dirty when you're organizing, and I did that wrong. So, like, learn from my mistakes. But I deep cleaned last week, and then I changed all my pillow covers, which this is going to seem like a shameless plug, but I'm the creative director for a company called Woven Nook, and they make the most beautiful pillow covers.
Yes.
And with our whole, like, business model, what you do is you buy the inserts once, and then you can switch out the covers seasonally, so it's a lot more affordable and more sustainable than buying a whole pillow. Like, you go to Target and you buy the whole pillow. And so for this, you're just buying the covers. So I switched out all my covers, switching out your bedding. I switched out some artwork. I put some, like, just fun little spring things around the house. I'm, like, looking around trying to think what I did. Switched some of the kids' bedding. Like, just that stuff is really easy.
Yeah.
Just,
you also, I noticed in your kitchen you did, like, some, like, dish towels that feel like a little more spring. I feel like changing out the dish towels is such a, like, cheap and, like, easy way to make things feel more spring. And even just, like, decluttering, like, some of, like, your areas that have a lot of, like, pictures or vases or accessories, like, I think in spring it looks good to just, like, make it more minimal.
I'm such a hoe for decluttering.
I love decluttering. It's a big part of spring too.
Literally, it makes me so happy.
Do you want to know something that's, like, so funny about me? And I don't know if there's any other people out there that do this, but every season I love, like, the Meyer's dish soap, and I get the matching set for the season. So, like,
you are luxury.
Is that luxury?
I feel like it is.
I feel like it's a bit cheesy. Like, in winter I have, like, the pine flavor.
No.
And then I did, like, I don't know what flavor it was, but it was pink for Valentine's. And this one I did daisy and they're yellow. And so I'm like, cute. It's kind of cheesy, but I do feel like little things like that.
Yeah, those are the little things too that, like, as a mom, it's so fun to take pride in that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I feel like another easy, like, spring decorating is, like, bowl of Cadbury eggs. Like
I have right there.
Yep.
Show exactly.
The bowl. Here's the official bowl. This is cute. We didn't actually?
Yeah, I thrifted it last week. That's the thing, too, with thrifting. When it comes to thrifting, spring is such a good time to go thrifting because everyone is spring cleaning.
Yeah.
And so go through your house, get rid of the things you don't love anymore, take them to the donation center, and then go in and get some things that you do love. I found so many good. Did you see my thrifting video from last week?
So good.
Found some good stuff.
And I think, like, I can't remember what I saw this tip, but they give a tip of, like, every time you bring something new in, get rid of, like, an old one. Like, never buy new hangers, basically. So, like, if you're, like, going through your clothes, like, every time you bring in new clothes, like, get rid of something old, so you're always, like, kind of refreshing and donating and things like that. And I'm like, that's a good one for home decor, too.
How often do you go through your clothes to get rid of them?
Actually, quite frequently. What about you?
Very frequently.
I would say for sure at least once a year, probably, like, I would say every 3 or 4 months, honestly.
Yeah, I'm doing every 3 months. Have you seen the trick where you put all your hangers one way, and then every time you wear that item, you switch the hanger?
Yes. Have you done that?
No. Because I can't do it because all my hangers have to be the same way. I can't deal with that. Like that.
I will say that I do have a few pieces in my closet, though, that I've just kept over the years, and I know I'm never going to wear it, but I just can't let go of it.
Oh, I love it. Is such a thrill for me to get rid of something.
What about, like, something, okay, here's, like, 2 examples. Yeah. One, I got, like, a jacket when I was in Italy, and one is, like, a sweatshirt from, like, France, the Chamonix, like, and I don't wear either of them. I really never have. Different.
But I will say today, I went last time, that's so funny that you said a jacket from Italy, because when I was in Italy, I bought this red coral leather jacket. I think it was
coral?
Yes, like a coral red. I'll show it to you, because I have it.
It's like orangey red?
Yeah, but, like, it was cute. No, not pink. I would say more red.
Okay.
More red, less coral.
Okay.
Anyways, it was like $60, real Italian leather, and it was, like, such a fun experience to buy a leather jacket in Italy. So I've kept it for 5 years.
Never worn it?
Never worn it because it's too small on me. It was too small on me then. After 3 kids, it's definitely going to be too small on me. That's what I did today.
Got rid of it.
Got rid of it. It's in the donation bag in my front room.
Do you do Poshmark? Do you sell your clothes on Poshmark?
I did Facebook Marketplace mostly. It depends on the item. Like today I went through all my jackets, and so I had some like Lululemon and Patagonia and stuff, and so I'm like, I'm just going to put this on Facebook Marketplace because I don't have the time to go and ship something. Yeah. Honestly, like it's not worth it to me. I'd rather either sell it on Facebook Marketplace and someone can come to my house or take it to one of those places that buy your clothes.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I usually just give it to someone that I know.
Oh, wow. You're so... I'm trying to...
more from laziness, not because I actually...
Well, you have sisters too. Do they ever want your stuff?
No, they don't. I think, like, honestly, they just have way better style than me at the end of the day, and so...
There's some different phases of life. They probably don't want, like, mom clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, your clothes you don't dress like a mom.
No, I just think, like, to be honest, like, I really don't have cool enough style for them. And they have tons of clothes.
Your sisters are
They do a lot of, like, vintage shopping, too, and so I do feel like they have tons of clothes.
Yeah. I have a question for you. What is your favorite cleaning tool?
Oh, wow. I have no idea. Do you know what I really want to buy right now, though?
You texted me.
I want to say RoboCop. That is so not right.
The robot vacuum.
The robot vacuum.
The RoboVac mop.
Do we want to get deep on the subject that Sam and I got deep on the other night?
I would love to get deep about cleaning.
There's a robot being built right now that's a cleaning robot. Like, would you want that in your house? It's built by Elon Musk. And it's a cleaning robot.
Honestly, I wouldn't need to go to therapy anymore.
I also, like, what would we do with all of our time, though?
Enjoy it. Enjoy life.
Sam's like, just enjoy life. And I'm like, no, I feel like cleaning is part of life.
Where would you store it?
It's like human size. Like, it's constantly.
No, that freaks me. No, I'm freaked out.
See, I was kind of freaked out too, but I'm coming around to the idea. But I don't know. I'm in the middle of would it be great or would it not? But it basically, like, it does your laundry. It could do anything. It could cook. It could clean.
What does that teach our kids though?
Argument is like times are changing no matter what. So like you either go with the trends or you don't. Like he's like either. I promise you, like either way, everyone's gonna be using a robot in their house.
I mean, we already are if you think about it.
That's what he said. What's the difference between? That's how the conversation started. What's the difference between the robo vacuum and a cleaning robot? I'm like, it feels weird that they're like human.
Yeah, I think the fact that it looks like a person is what freaks me out.
But it said on Elon Musk, I looked it up. It's like, he can be your friend.
No, see, that's when things get weird.
Isn't that weird?
Once I go down the rabbit hole of like artificial intelligence actually being with us, in the room with us, that freaks me out. But I remember seeing when my grandparents had an Alexa before, no one had heard of Alexas. Like, it was like right when they came out.
That's what Sam's like, Alexa's already listening to.
They had an Alexa, and I remember my grandma's like, watch this. And she's like, Alexa, Alexa, I'm not talking to you. She's like, beep, what's the weather going to be tomorrow? And I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. Like, this is nuts. And you get acclimated to it.
And Sam said, like, this is his perspective, and I actually agree. He's like, human nature is driven by efficiencies. So anything we can do to get time back, like getting our phones, Alexa, like working from home, all these things, efficiency. And so, like, if it drives efficiency, people are going to use it and move forward to it. And it's like such a big change. But it is, like, to me, it honestly made me think of, like, what am I going to do? And, like, what are the kids going to do? Like, if we're not, like, cleaning and cooking all the time.
I think if it did certain things, like, okay, what would be the first cleaning thing that you would want the robot to do?
I was telling Sam I would, like, make the robot do all of, like, the deep cleaning, and I would make it use, like, lemons and baking soda because they could scrub it so hard they wouldn't have to use, like, expensive cleaners.
Oh my gosh, you really got deep into this. You weren't joking.
This is like a 2-hour conversation at like 11 at night.
I would make, okay, see, there's certain like cleaning things that I actually kind of enjoy.
Yeah, like, what would you do for the robot? Laundry?
No, I actually don't mind doing laundry.
Okay.
I think maybe the bending down and like moving the laundry over, but loading the dishes or washing dishes is my least favorite chore.
Really? Okay. Yeah. See, I don't mind that. I actually don't mind, like, I don't like deep cleaning is my least favorite, which I know you love. I don't know if you loved it, but you always do it.
It's therapy.
It's therapy. So.
Oh, that's what I meant when you said, what would you do? I would need to go to therapy. Well, I probably should go to therapy anyway, but, like, cleaning is my therapy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, and I was like, well.
I'm just thinking, like, where is it going to go? No, like, it's not going to fit in my whole closet.
Maybe it could fit in your laundry room.
I don't like that. Like, I don't want to walk into my laundry room and, like, just have, like,
they probably will probably create, like, how we have garages for cars. We probably would create a spot for it. I think From his perspective, it's like,
Can you show me a picture of what it's supposed to look like?
I guess Kim Kardashian has one.
Oh, yeah,
It looks
that doesn't
exactly
surprise
like
me.
iRobot, and I hate.
No, see, I don't like that. Maybe if it looked like cute, like it was like, what's that
It felt
one?
safe.
No, what's that one kid movie when there's like the big white robot? What is that called?
Oh yeah, that's cute.
And he's like kind of chubby.
Yeah, Wall-E.
No, not Wall. Actually, no, I would. Oh, like an R2D2.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's from?
Yeah, Star Wars. Trust me, that's my day in and my day out.
You looked at me like, who's R2D2?
Well, I think I'm still trying to place the other robot you're talking about, though.
It's like big and white.
Isn't that's not a robot. That's the Marshmallow Man guy, like, right? Anyways.
Dude, I don't know. It's too late
Okay,
for this.
back to my favorite cleaning tool. I honestly, maybe my vacuum. I do want to get, like, a mop vacuum, too. But honestly, I have in my cart the robot vacuum mop, and I'm probably going to buy it.
You should get it.
I think it would be my favorite cleaning tool because I'm in that phase of life, too, where Jack, my 8-month-old, he's, like,
crawling.
Putting a bunch of food on the floor because he's eating.
Yeah.
And it's not fun.
Okay, now ask me.
Okay, Haley, what is your favorite cleaning tool?
Okay, I have two.
Okay.
My first one is my steam cleaner.
Yeah.
My Bissell steam cleaner is my ride or die.
What do you use it for?
Literally everything. Everything. Like, I can't even, whenever I get my Bissell steam cleaner out, Camden's like, oh shit, well, not again. Because that means I'm going to town on the crevices, all the nooks and crannies that you can't get.
It's also really good at cleaning fabric, like strollers.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, yesterday, you know how you're supposed to clean the dishwasher filter in your dishwasher?
Oh, yeah, I've seen TikTok about that.
Have you not done it?
Sam, I don't like to deep clean. Sam does all the deep clean, but yes, he's done it.
Okay, so I clean that once a week. And there was just some, like, food I couldn't get out of it. Like, it was clean, but it wasn't clean enough. I broke out the steam cleaner. That baby is shining. That filter is brand spanking new.
Do you know what it'd be good for? It'd be good for water bottles because there's little tiny crevices in water bottles, and I'm super stressed they're going to get mold in them.
No, it's good for everything. It's good for toilets. It's good for mirrors. It's good for...
That would be something to give to the robot because that's like organic cleaning, just hot water.
Well, and that's why I love my steam cleaner so much is it's literally just water.
Yeah.
And so my steam cleaner is my favorite, and then probably my steam vacuum. It's a vacuum and a mop.
Okay, you've bought one of those?
Mop. Yes.
I've been considering. So do you still vacuum or do you just use that on the wood floors?
Just today.
Yeah.
I steam mopped. I steam vacuum mopped. I regular vacuumed. Someone's going to listen to this and they're going to actually like recommend I go to a psych ward.
A cleaning psych ward.
Like to go to exposure therapy. And I did a regular mop. And I did my robot vacuum, which my robot vacuum is so old. I think
Why would you do a regular mop in addition to the steam mop?
I just didn't feel clean enough. But my robot vacuum is so old, I think it has dementia because it will be like cleaning and all of a sudden it will just like go in circles and not know what it's doing.
Was it a purchase you... See, if I got one of those, one, I'm not already doing it once a day. Like, I probably clean... I don't even do it. Sam does it. But I feel like our floors get vacuumed every day, but mopped once a week max, like maybe less, maybe like every few weeks.
But don't you feel like the salt gets them so dirty? Your floors are always clean.
I do feel that way, but that's why I want my little robot thing because it's always going.
My kids,
but I would never do it myself.
My kids have no respect for our floors. Like today, at one point, there was raisins, dog food, granola, and something else scattered all over the floor.
Is there like any tiny part of you that's like, maybe I should just wait till the end of the day and do it all at once?
Yeah, there is. And then the other part of me is like...
The part that needs to go to therapy. Okay. So there's some cleaning tips, guys.
You're like, all right, everyone move on before Haley's admitted.
Okay. So along with spring cleaning, refreshing your home, I think another topic is like making your house feel like a home. And one component of that is like having people over and hosting. I think both of us love to like have friends over and like honestly, or family, and it can be super simple. Like it doesn't need to be a huge event to have people over, but I was going to give just like a couple of little tips of hosting that like can really make your house feel like warm.
Wait, I have to say, every time that you're hosting and we're like, Becca, we're just going to come over for a girls' night, like it doesn't need to be something, Becca still goes full out. She's like we're just coming over to come hang out, and she's doing a full theme. There's a charcuterie board. There's like little, like you just make it cute, even if it's simple, is what I have to say.
And
so
I think that's
glad
exactly.
to hear your tips.
I feel like
Did
that's
I steal your thunder?
No. I
Okay.
was going to say, I do feel like that's exactly like what I hope to feel like, because it's actually fun for me. Like, again, you don't have to make it super complicated, but even just simple things like I feel like lighting a candle, setting like a smell, and then I think like your mood as the host is also like really important. Like no one wants a host that's like you're eating dinner and like as soon as you're done eating dinner they're doing the dishes. You're like, let us chill. You don't do that. You do not do that.
Last time you were at my house for dinner, I think I was literally cleaning. Well,
but it's different if I'm just coming over for a random dinner. But like if you were hosting a dinner party,
I think we were eating like Domino's too.
You're not forcing us to do the dishes.
No.
I that's like something I don't like. I'm like, I want to sit down and like relax and chat and like
people don't care if your house is clean.
Exactly.
While they're eating.
I know. And like you think they do, but they definitely don't. And like they're not looking at all the little details. Another thing is like just always have like a snack. Like even if you're just having a friend over to chat, like a Poppy, you know, I love a Poppy.
Yes, you love a Poppy.
I love a Poppy. Or just like some chips and dip or sourdough bread. Oh, that is game changer.
I know.
Some of our best girls' nights were just like simple, like bring a loaf of bread type of vibe though. Yes. Olive oil and balsamic. So I would say that's a good one. And then the last one is like music. I feel like music really sets the tone when you're hosting.
What kind of music? What's your go-to when you're hosting? Or does it depend?
It does depend, but I've been really loving country music lately.
Oh my gosh, girl after my own heart.
We both love country music. It's funny because I used to not like it, but it's just such a, like, in the background, such a vibe. So I think, like, doing music, and then I do think if you are doing like, a bigger event, a theme's always cute. Like, we do a lot of girls' nights, and we'll just do a simple, like, we'll do, like, a summer dinner night, and, like, the decor is basically wildflowers. Like, it's not anything crazy, but it's fun to, like, kind of have a little bit of a theme.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
What hosting tips do you have?
Try not to stress before No, my hosting tip is...
You host all the time.
Well, one hosting tip I have that I'm working on is I used to do a deep clean before and after. And it's too stressful. Before people come over, you don't need to do a deep clean. You do a pickup, and then it's going to get so messy when you're hosting, and then do a deep clean afterwards. That's something I've learned in the last year. Honestly, for hosting, my tip is Trader Joe's.
Yes, Trader Joe's is everything for hosting.
Yes, it's everything. It has the best flowers. It has the best food. It has the best snacks. Like, it is the one-stop shop.
It's very affordable.
Everyone loves it.
There's another tip that you actually do that I'm stealing and sharing with the podcast. Oh. You have, like, themed dishes, and I think you get them vintage.
I do.
So I think that's also a really cute idea. Like, you have a couple, I have one, we both do actually, a set of floral dishes.
Oh, but you got yours in Europe.
Yeah, but it's cool that you thrift them, and then you just thrifted those really cute, like, sunflower dishes, too, and, like, that sets the mood.
That is a fun thing to thrift. I will say, if, like, you've never thrifted before and you're looking for thrifted items for your home, I already said this, but art, dishes, like, mugs can be really fun, and, like, things that you're looking for are not just, like, cheesy stuff, but stuff that looks just, like, nice. I don't even know if that makes sense.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, another thing to thrift, tablecloths.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you set the table for, like, having friends over, I know it's a little bit more work, but it's, like, very affordable. It doesn't cost anything, like, but it feels so much more. It's such a good thing to thrift.
You can thrift such a beautiful tablecloth for, like, $7 to $10. Actually, your baby shower that we did in my backyard, do you remember your sign that I painted? Yes. That was a tablecloth that I just,
thrifted?
I thrifted it, I think for $2. I ripped the edges off so it was like a raw hem, and then I just took some fabric paint and painted. Did I just do like Becca's baby shower?
Yeah, she has amazing handwriting, so it looks so cute.
That's nice. And then I just like hung it from the tree, and it was like such a vibe.
Yeah, those little things really matter though. And another like easy, cheap little thing if you're hosting is like a little dinner menu, like a little piece of paper that's like welcome or something like that.
Making me want to host.
I know.
We haven't done like a cookbook club in so long.
We're getting to hosting season. I feel like as soon as it warms up, it's hosting season.
When you say the word season, how do you see it? Because because of social media, I see the word season as SZN.
Really?
Yes.
I think I still see SEASON.
Now that I say that, I wonder if it will change. But I feel like on like social media, people will be like, "Oh, it's this season."
Yeah. I felt a Z when I was saying that. I could see that.
Season.
I also think another good idea of hosting, like, you don't always have to host at your house. Like, we've done a lot of like park meetups and stuff, and like just adding little tiny things to make it special. That could be like everyone wear their pajamas, like Everyone
I
bring.
love a pajama party.
We haven't done this one, but I think the board nights, I've seen those.
Oh, yeah, we should
those
do
seem
that.
really cute. Anyways, I think just adding like a little
I have
thought to
something to
things
say.
makes it really fun. Okay.
I have something to say, and you said this the other day, but don't be so concerned about, I think we're in this phase of life where there's definitely a variation of what our homes look like, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're going to have friends with the nicest, biggest homes, and then you're going to have friends that don't have as nice, big of homes, and you're going to be somewhere in there too. And I think some people are like, oh, well, they feel like they can't host because they feel like, oh, my house isn't big enough, my house isn't nice enough.
New enough, yeah.
People do not care. People care about what you were talking about. They care about the vibe of the host, and they care about, like, what you're doing, and they care about the company. Like, have you ever gone to a girls' night and been like, oh, I'm so glad I'm here because this house is bougie?
Yeah, that's such a good point. It's easy to get self-conscious about because I definitely have felt that way before.
I feel like that, too, all the time.
And it's so true. Like, it does not matter.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't have to be perfect in any regard. Like, the size, even, like, the way it's styled. Like, it's all about, like, the coziness and comfort and who you're with. Yeah.
Oh, we're getting real cheesy.
Getting cheesy. Well, join us for spring refresh, hosting season, all the things.
I'll post a little few things on Instagram of, like, what I'm doing as I do them for spring. But
such good tips. And like,
we're so close. We're so close to winter being done.
Still like a couple of feet of snow in our backyard, but we're almost there.
We only just had like crazy snowstorms all week, but we're so
This weekend is supposed to be like 60 degrees though and 70.
Hallelujah.
So much needed.
Thank the heavens.
Okay.
Okay, bye guys.
See ya.